Button check. Powered by mainline.gg. It's your boy Banjo, and of course I am joined by local legend slayer, local, the guy who just takes out PGR players and melee gods and out of bracket and things like that. Dragonite from Austin, Texas. How are you, Drago?
I'm doing great. I'm excited to be a part of this, and I'm ready to talk about the topics we have because a lot of cool stuff happened over the week.
A lot of stuff. I mean, a lot of dope stuff has actually happened within the last 24 hours, but we gonna get to that. But I guess since it is the new year, it is now 2019, which means that it is officially the road to Genesis 6 happening February 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, I believe, is the first week of February. So the first weekend of February. So the big thing that everybody seems to just keep everybody's in my ear about stages, and it's just like I really personally I don't care where we play. I'm a Bowser main, so it's just like you can take me wherever you want to go. I guess. I mean, you people take advantage of me wherever they are, stage or not. So I guess the thing to bring up right now is this stage list, which has it's for Genesis 6, right? And it's the official just rule set for our first major for Smash. So you got Battlefield, you got Smashville, PS2, that's Pokemon Stadium 2, Final Destination, and the Forbidden Area known as Lylat Cruise that nobody likes to go to unless you're MVD. Drago, how you feel about it, dog?
Well, for the 5 starters, I think Lylat, a lot of people don't like it. There's a lot of stuff with the stage that people don't like. Even if you remove all the glitches, some people don't like the slants in general. I'm kind of starting to not like slants, but I think Lylat needs a shot. And for it to happen at Genesis, I think that's fine. And I think for 5 starters, this is like the most varied they could do it while still being neutral, which is they have total.
Yeah, because so if it's hazardless Lylat Cruise, it doesn't tilt, right?
It doesn't tilt, so it's just this plain stage, but it still has like the slants at the edge. But it's a lot better without the tilting, obviously.
Okay, because a lot of people they usually complain about the fact that earlier, in the meta, earlier in the game's life, people were complaining that people were legitimately falling through stages, you know what I'm saying? But it was just I got video last night of people falling through PS2. So
we learned that it's basically a programming issue, like something with characters being too close to the stage. It doesn't really matter what stage it is.
Yeah.
You have to meet the prerequisites for it to happen, and it'll happen.
Yeah, okay. So, to me, I think these 5 starters are kind of perfect. There's no major variation to what we usually don't do. Now the bigger issue here might be the counter picks, right? Yeah. So I would say we are in a meta where projectiles are kind of strong. You know what I'm saying? Projectile characters do, they be getting over on some stuff. So, but the only complaint about not having WarioWare or any other place with small blast zones is now my Incineroar can't kill you at 40 now, is really the only complaint here. But I'll rattle off the Genesis 6 the counter pick. So we got Unova Pokemon League, which I think is a pretty good counter pick.
Agreed.
I think it's a pretty good counter pick. So you got Unova Pokemon League, you got Castle Siege, Town and City, Yoshi's Story, Kalos Pokemon League, and Yoshi's Island Brawl, which I really don't see. To me, I don't really see that any of these stages are, that big of a deal. I understand that, I'm probably missing something here about, what characters can really do. What characters can really do to me as a competitor on stage. I really don't think at that level yet. So let's just say your character, for example. You made Ridley, right?
I'm switching to Rob now, but Ridley is more stage dependent. So
actually, yeah. Okay, so what could be problematic for any one of these stages is what I should ask.
So I think the problem with this stage list isn't the stages itself, because I think all these stages have and that could lead to being a really good stage. Like for all we know, all these stages can be perfect. You just needed to play in it in tournament.
Yeah.
And it's great. We have big stages like we wanted. But I think the problem with the stage list is not necessarily the list, more the rules. And the rules are 2 bans and not 3, which most people would expect when it's 11 stages. So I think.
Okay. So, so that third ban is just like, I think it's just because, we started out the game with 3 bans. You know what I'm saying? And with less stages, as a matter of fact. So I think that, people are just kind of like accolading to it. Okay, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. They hate it. They absolutely do not like it. No one likes this list.
A lot of people hate that it's 2 bans, and also a lot of people love the list though. And I just think the 3 bans make sense, because if you don't like slants, well, you're gonna have to play on one regardless, because Lylat has a slant. And then Yoshi's Island Brawl has a slant. So Yoshi's Story has a slant, but it's nowhere near like the level of slant that the other 3 are.
Mm-hmm.
Like it barely affects anything. So at least that is fine. But when you only have 2 bans, you hate slants for whatever reason, or if you hate big long stages, well, there's Town, there's Kalos, there's PS2, and there's FD.
Yeah.
So you could only ban half of them. So it's essentially, instead of banning, you're picking your poison, which I don't think good, at least in a best of 3. In a best of 5, I can understand 2 bans more because they have DSR. But even then, I still think 3 bans is the only change that the rule set needs. But regardless, I'm going to Genesis. I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty sure I'm just going to auto ban Castle Siege and Yoshi's.
Well, yeah.
Because I don't want to learn how to deal with slants. But I'll deal with that because my character is pretty good on basically every other stage. So.
Same. So Genesis 6 is coming next month, first week of February. So do you see this? I honestly think like this is probably going to be the rule set going forward. This is going to set the precedent. So honestly, I think that like a lot of people should probably start adapting this. Some of them already have with the California. Just the general California rule set, but there's always going to be some wild cards. Nobody's going to be doing anything goofy because people die to goofy stuff in this game as is. So I doubt they really want to make the stages a factor. So if I were a local and I was a TO and I'm looking at this rule set, I'm just like, yeah, this is probably the rule set going forward, and I want all of my people to get used to traveling. So. Yeah, this is what we're gonna pick. But like I said, even though this is Genesis 6, this I shouldn't say. Matter of fact, yeah, I shouldn't say that this is gonna be the rule set going forward because we still got it's only like 2 months in.
But yeah, I mean, I think out of this entire stage list, only 3 stages are really on the chopping block, and it's Lylat and Castle Siege. Between either getting rid of Unova or getting rid of Yoshi's Island, and I'm leaning towards as it's off. It's really, really similar to Smashville. Like,
yeah, okay. Well, I honestly didn't care if people got rid of Wario.
Yeah, I'm glad WarioWare's not in at all.
Why?
And I play big bodies, and it's just
you know what I'm saying.
I'm not trying to play like a Richter or a Kirby, and they back air me at 40, and I die for it. Like. This is the amount of neutral interactions needed to win, which is the point of a smaller stage in a sense, but it reduces it by too many.
Okay, see, this is where I have kind of a problem, because it's just like people are like demonizing WarioWare for like, for being a cheesy stage, right? But don't you want to win?
I do, but I want to win. I think most people want to win in a more honest way.
No. Listen. Like, inch or a mile, winning is winning. Like, it's
true. But
Like
I guess
I understand that like people have this moral inclination to play fairly, but everything is free game if they put it in the game.
see, that's also it goes both ways because even though I want to win, right? So especially me because I play heavies, I would love Castle Siege, but it also goes both ways. It's also good for my opponent.
Yeah.
So what if I'm the one that's getting caught slipping and I die at 30 or 40? So
I mean,
a lot of the times it's just an insta ban because people don't want to play on it regardless if it helps them or not. So it kind of feels useless and it's just a waste of a ban. So that's why people think it shouldn't be legal.
I don't know. I feel like that's a monkey's paw situation.
We'll see.
You know what I'm saying? Because like, in Call of Duty, the 9 bang sucks. No one likes getting hit with 9 bangs. Nobody.
You want to use it because it's good.
Nobody likes getting shot up by Ajax Shield, but
facts.
But you love it. But people love it.
Yeah, I love using
But I digress. You know what I'm saying? Genesis 6 is coming soon, and basically everything leading up to it will be the road to Genesis 6. And we already got just people popping off in all places, all corners of the nation when it comes to majors and regionals. Specifically, a place that's gotten the attention of a certain couple of who's in the Smash universe is Dallas, Texas.
Yeah.
And there's this guy there who wears this Jeff Goldblum shirts and just these weird clothes.
Oh yeah.
His name is Austin, right?
He's a character.
His name is Austin, and he plays Ness. And last night, that man beat MVD in a Game 5 reset. So
it was amazing set.
And I point that out because it seems like, you know, with the building of the eSports arena in Dallas, and with these good players coming out the woodwork, like Jason, known good players like Lima, and with all these things coming together, this feels like that Texas has its esports hub.
Yeah.
Finally. So I know you went to Ultimatum, and I wouldn't usually be bringing it up. It shouldn't be like the whole focus about button check. You know what I'm saying, is to make sure that we cover like, you know, things on a national scale. Could you argue that Dallas is on the way to that national scale? I argue yes, because it has everything it needs, to be honest.
Definitely. I mean, Dallas has a massive player base. I mean, Shockwave is getting 150 consistently every Wednesday. Ultimatum got 384. I did not expect it to be that big because in Smash 4, there's a big trend of Shockwave would be pretty big, like 60 to 80. And like on the summer or winter break, like it peaked like at 100, 110.
Yeah.
And then they'd have their monthly and 80 entrants when the weekly had like 100.
Yeah.
And when it's a regional, and a lot of out of city actually went like 2 Austin carpools and a Houston carpool, so that was like 15 entrants. There was essentially only 60 Dallas there. So when I'm going to Ultimatum, I was mainly just going to see the new eSports stadium. I'm really excited, and I just wanted to go and play the game. But I show up and I realize, whoa, 400 people are here. The venue is massive, and then we go day 2 to watch the top 8s, and wow, like that stage is incredible. Like it's probably the coolest like experience I've had watching a Smash tournament. Genesis 5, watching it in that theater is really cool, but that stage and when they expanded for it, and oh man, Dallas is going to be booming. Like their monthlies are going to be big, their LTC is going to be big, their weeklies are big. They have great players. They have Carnell, Austin, Oryx, Lima. Like Dallas is definitely leaning to be the hub of Smash for Texas and maybe even the Southwest in general.
Yeah, like I really that like I was like looking from the outside in, and that looked like some like just some legitimate like esports, you know, presentational stuff. Yeah, Hungry Rocks over there. Yeah, Trihex, and I think that like that event is probably is the buzz that's probably gonna get LTC going. The LTC 7 might be like some like super like ridiculous level stuff that we've never seen before, and they already started promotion on it, which is I think the smartest thing they could have done. So now people like know that like in July, like yeah, we Tier City 7, and I expect this thing to be packed to the brim with talent. And by the way things are looking with Orex and Jason and Austin and Lima, I totally expect like anybody that comes to Texas is probably going to have their hands full. Texas is a good region, and this is the time where they need to start traveling. If you're going to make any change in 2019, this is the excellent time for you to save your money and start traveling. Start traveling. Leave Texas. Leave Texas. Go someplace.
That was one of the biggest problems Texas had in Smash 4. Our top players would rarely ever leave. And it's like, we had so many talents that barely ever traveled. Jumbo, Wispy, Hockey, Austin, Orex, Jason, Twee, like so many of these good, Mega Fox, so many good players, and they just could never travel.
But nobody wants to leave. Nobody wants to leave. Now, I understand that you guys are very, but I'm very positive you don't want to be regarded as your entire career the best spots within the Austin area forever.
You definitely want to be bigger than that. So,
or maybe you don't, but I refer to those guys as casuals. Moving on. So speaking of which, actually segueing into that, competition in Smash, I think is a big thing that we need to touch on early on, because what does that mean? You know what I'm saying? What does being a competitor mean in Smash Brothers? Like, what does that entail?
In general, competition in Smash is basically this level. If you enter a tournament, you're a competitor. But a lot of the times, being a competitor in Smash, like a true competitor, is going to all your weeklies. You're going home and you're studying your sets, and it's not even necessarily that you want to improve. It's that you just don't want to lose. So until you want to improve. So you're going home, you're studying sets, you're going to play all your friends, you're traveling to meet new people, to play new people, to see different places. Like, traveling is one of the best ways to meet people, get better, see new places. I know a lot of people that have lived in Austin basically their entire life, and whenever I take them or we're in a carpool to go even just to Houston, they're like, oh man, this is the first time I come to Houston. And they're like 25, lived in Texas their entire life. Like, really? You ever come to Houston? And for the longest time, I was kind of the same. I didn't go to Houston until I was like 15, 16 for Battlegrounds. Moved, and I've gone to San Antonio and Dallas at the minimum. It was just Houston never really had anything until SU kind of popped up. So
yeah, you know what? I'm gonna put you on game. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put you on game. Okay, so look, I looked up Mega Bus prices last night. All right, I know everybody's like, no, I want to take a Mega Bus. It's kind of lame. I want to drive in carpool. Well, let me tell you something. Right, so taking a Mega Bus to Austin and back here, right, for the same time, for the 2-hour bus ride, right, is $20. That's less than the price of gas. To go to Dallas, which is a 4-hour trip from Houston, is also $20. You are paying less. You are paying less gas to get on the Mega Bus and go round trip. And the bus got Wi-Fi and outlets.
Oh, yeah, it's great. I took a Mega Bus to Dallas towards the tail end of Smash 4 before LTC 6 happened. I was like, oh, I have a bunch of free time and there's a bunch of tournaments happening. Let me take a one-way there and I'll come back with an Austin carpool. So I did just that, and that's when I went and I beat Light twice, and I did really good at like a couple events, beat C2 and all that. And it was a great experience because I already knew a bunch of it, and it was so cheap. I think I spent like $17. 15 so
when people look at me and say, "Well, I can't travel," I'm not trying to hear that.
Yeah, Mega Bus.
I'm not trying to hear that. the Megabus will treat you right. But being a competitor in Smash is what I feel. Being a competitor in general is that, like, to me that means that you'll find a way, basically. You will spare no quarter. Like, you will find a way to get yourself involved in this. That's what being a competitor in Smash Brothers means, right? When you have multiple weeklies, when you have all this data available to you, then you can definitely use it to your advantage. And I feel that's what a competitor is to me. Now, not like I said, like, it's being a competitor is a full commitment. It's a full-time commitment.
Yeah.
And some people, they just don't have Smash Brothers like that as focus, which is fine. It's totally okay. It's just a video game. But if you're in this, I mean, if you're in this, like, look at some of the yeah, you know what I'm saying? Look at some of the perks that people yield because of this. You know what I'm saying? So, like, being a competitor in this game, it definitely, it has its rewards. But you shouldn't half-ass it. You should full-ass it at best. To be honest with you, like, if you're gonna mess up, you should mess up full speed. But don't go in and just be like, nah, it wasn't what I thought it was. Or don't demean the game just because it doesn't mean that much to you, because it could mean as much to the next person. And also competing in this game, like, don't expect to make money off this game. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you place in this game, you'll if you're top 3, then you can expect to be rewarded pretty much at any level of the game. All right, but don't see this as a source of income. See this as a hobby, and fall in love with this game, and you'll see, like, the rewards from it. Promise. But let's go ahead and go into these delicious national results that happened all across the nation. Even across the world, because we had that event in France, right? It was in France.
Wanted? It was in France.
Yeah, it was Wanted. So let's start with that. So my man, the Cat, D1, and Qatar went over there to France. They got invited. They got the way paved for them, and they went and competed, commentated, and that boy in the Cat got second to Gluttony's Wario. So I thought that was
pretty good sets. I watched them.
Yeah.
And the Cat's loser run was pretty good. I forget who he lost to in winners, but he had a pretty good losers run. And then Gluttony's just looking crazy. Like, his character is like, his game plan and is almost the exact same. He's just a better character.
Yeah.
Gluttony was always aggressive with a character that probably should have been played defensively in Smash 4. Mm-hmm. And now everything aggressive that worked in Smash 4 is strictly better in this game. And it's so fun to watch.
Yeah, we saw. I'm looking at the bracket, and Miru. Yeah, it looks like Miru eliminated. He eliminated the Cat from winners and put him in losers. Where then the Cat went on that losers run, and then he beat Miru on back.
Yeah, Miru, very good Peach player. He was in Smash 4, really good in this game.
And here we go again with the. You see it. You've seen it all over, right? Peach mains. Peach, Ness, Wario, Falco, Fox, like, all these people,
all these characters, they're all
these characters who were, some of them were kind of meh, but now they're just like, yo, these are very, very good, very, very good characters. Like, in these 3 tournaments that happened this past weekend, I just see a trend of Pichu, Palutena, Fox, Peach. You know what I'm saying? Inkling, clearly a strong character in this matter right now. Like, I can't.
Don't even get me started about that stupid roller.
I can't look, man. Like,
I hate that move.
So on the subject of that, is there a way that I can macro, like, so on this controller, there's supposed to be like 2 inputs, right? There's supposed to be not 2 inputs, but this is supposed to be macro. Like, if I switch these to shield, right? Then I mash, those are supposed to count 2 inputs, right?
Technically, inputs, but
right?
It's been labbed that technically all the notches on the analog stick are now an input. doesn't like it's good because it's so quick to roll the stick a lot because now it's 8 inputs instead of 4 like it was in Smash 4.
Yeah.
But it's also been tested that technically the amount of frames it helps you save is less. Or at least it is for raw down throw, and I think it'd be really weird if it doesn't translate.
I mean,
but how it works
no.
is if you're buried and you do an analog stick input, it like subtracts 8 of the frames that you're buried. But if you press the button, it subtracts 14.4.
Okay.
To mash out of grabs in Smash 4, you should keep doing that in this game. Always, if you struggle with that, now you could at least roll the stick because it's 8 inputs per roll instead of 4.
Okay, because like, I would say that like that getting hit by Inkling roller is just like
I hate
you can get up, go to the bathroom, walk your dog to the moon and back, still come back. You still might be buried. You can get out of DK. You can get out of DK Cargo. You can get out of K Rule Berry. You can get out of
silly. You
can get out of Rob Berry. But when I get buried by Inkling, I might as well just bury me with my controller too because I can't. I'm gonna lose the set. Like I've seen that so many times, like throughout tournament in the last couple of weeks. It's just like people get hit with Inkling rolling and losing the stock after. And I hate it. I hate that move so much.
I hate it too. I hate it.
But
I'll figure out the counterplay, but
yeah, this is a situation where we're just gonna figure out dynamite. But it's fine. Because that man, the cat, he was all about Inkling when the game started, and he was like, nah. Pichu's the wave right now.
Yeah, Pichu is a crazy character, man. I was sleeping on the character because he's so light, but the more I play against him and as him, I'm like, wow, this character is pretty solid.
I kill Pichu's at 50. I run up and I down smash his Bowser, and they disappear from the screen. It's very, very nice. Very, very rewarding. I work hard for those kills, considering that,
Is that why you want WarioWare?
Look, I want WarioWare because WarioWare. Like look, it's like you have an option to ban it. Don't just assume it's an auto ban just because. Well, I mean, if he doesn't like it, well, no, fair, bro.
Man. I understand what you're saying, but nah, dog.
I don't care. I don't care if it's an auto ban to you. But if I look at that piece of paper and WarioWare is on it and you don't ban it, guess where we going?
We're going WarioWare. Yeah,
exactly. And nobody should look at me like I'm a degenerate.
That's true.
You should just figure out the counterplay to it, and not like it, and don't act like it's impossible. People in this game, this is the type of time. This is the time to where you need to let your vanity go. You need to let that pride go. Stop thinking that there's an honorable way to play this game. Ain't nothing honorable about dying to 0.
Yeah, that's true.
There's nothing honorable about like getting. There's no honor. There's no good or bad about executing a grab combo with Luigi or Rob 0 to death. No, there's no good or bad with it. That's just the system, and you got to figure out the counterplay to it. As all these pro players, they found the answer to Bayonetta. Most of them did. So this is just how it works. But no Bayonettas in any top 8s that I have seen so far. Period. Mm-hmm. Especially in that Midwest Mayhem where not Snake, but Sonic won. That man Ken.
Ken the legend.
Ken. Is Ken is he one of the
Yeah, he was Japanese Sonic, like #1 in Japan for a long time. Okay. Very good. And I mean, this tournament was crazy. I was watching it, and it was so fun to watch. And the set of the tournament for me was definitely Ken versus Tyroy and winners. Tyroy was up 2-0 and got reversed 3-0 by Ken. The first 2 games, Tyroy like etched it out. I think game 1, Tyroy timed out Ken, and he almost timed himself out because he was thunder jolting, and he almost put himself at the percent deficit.
Wow.
And then, which was really crazy.
As P2, that's hilarious.
Yeah, so crazy. Tyro was so close. And that set was like, it was flip-flopping between, wow, Pichu was so crazy, and wow, Pichu's so bad. So I'm really wondering what Tyro could do with more time with that character, because I know he barely started picking up Pichu. That was not his day 1 character, so.
Yeah, and we saw that Bushi got second place as Snake, and then T, also from Japan. I'm assuming T. So he's so T was the Link from Civil War.
Yes. Then now he
Okay.
plays Young Link because it's basically Smash 4 Link.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So shouts out to all those guys and the rest of so Fatality, Tyroid, Panda Bear, JDB, and Seth. So good job on those guys. And then Let's Make Moves was the popular one because it's just a matter of Tweak showing his dominance so far because this man he uses DK, he uses Wario, he uses Crom. Like this man currently cannot be stopped. Can't be stopped. There was a tweet, not a tweet. There was a video on Twitter, excuse me, where freaking Tweak and his partner won doubles, right?
Him and Cosmos.
And it was a 2v1, and this man just sat up here and just taunted for 10 seconds because that's how confident he feels in this match.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah,
he's good.
Like you really can't do anything. But a very surprising person who made top 8 tournament, my man Gen, is back.
Gen is so good in this game, man.
My man Gen, and also ZD off of his win from the first I think it was a Xandu event. Actually, let me check. Pretty sure.
And then he had a really great run in losers because in winners he lost to Mistake actually. Or Tamim now.
Tamim.
And then
he's going by.
And then he went on a crazy loser run. He beat R Hungry, Ling Ling, Captain Zach, Nick C, and then Mars. Just crazy. I mean,
wow. Really?
Yeah, it was insane how like what he did that event, and I mean the event is stacked. Like Sinji got like 17th, Sinji got 13th, Mistake got 17th, Mr. E got 17th, Captain Zach got 17th. Like Great Gonzalez got third, SDX got 25th. Like it's crazy how stacked this event was, and obviously it's like the first major event, so like people are still learning the game.
Yeah,
see people like ZD and Gen make it so far because Gen has been putting in work. He doesn't own a Switch yet, so he's just been like he's traveling to New York, New Jersey, just everywhere trying to play the game, get better, and I'm really happy to see him do well.
Yeah, well, hopefully he uses some of these winnings he got to just buy himself a Switch. But yeah, my man Gen putting in all the work with a character that nobody thought was gonna really be like relevant, I guess, which is Palutena. So
Palutena's wild, man. I'm still trying to see what her weakness is. People are telling me a grounded poke tool because her jab got nerfed, but I mean, if you hit with her jab, did it really get nerfed? It's still really good.
Yeah, because getting hit with that thing puts me at just major disadvantage. Especially it's multi-hit and not really messing with that. I don't like it. I don't like that move.
I hate it's so tilting. I prefer the other one. Like I'd rather have her have the other one to where it's jab mix.
What's worse? Is Falco fair worse, or what would you rather get hit with? Falco fair or Palutena's jab?
It's hard because new Paulo jab is so tilting to get hit by. Because he's lying on the ground and then there's still a hitbox there, and I'm like, why? Like why is there a landing hitbox on this move? It's so crazy.
Yeah, like that's such a good poking tool for him, and I absolutely cannot stand it.
Yeah, I hate it.
But it's all good. Falco is still a pretty strong character in this game. Still he's a strong character in this game as of now. Excuse me.
Yeah.
So
we'll see. We'll see how it pans out. I think he'll stay there, but we'll see.
Yeah, because right now a lot of these people who had a certain person that they use in Smash 4 and using them now are having a ball. Light actively just tries to break the rules of any game he's playing. He's found talk or rhetoric. He just plays the way he wants. Samsor been going off with the Peach as of late. Been going off as a Peach.
He's going off so hard that it's a good segue. He's going off so hard that he actually just joined E-United today. He
did. He got picked up.
E-United is a legendary esports team. Like I've known about this team for like a couple of years because I was a big Call of Duty like competitive player, and I've been watching like Clayster be on that team for years, and like when I saw that, I was like so happy for Samsora because he's wanted this for so long.
Actually, yeah, I totally forgot this. A miniature campaign of sorts last year about getting picked up by a team and just no love towards Samsora, which is kind of foul because he's actually the number one peach on earth. So, and how strong is Peach in this game? I'm totally expecting this man to do some damage at Smash Conference this weekend. And I'm just that's probably going to be the one to watch, the tournament to watch, because I'm gonna rattle off a couple of names for you. Just tell them, stop me if you for Zero, MK Leia, Salem, The Buzz, MVD, Myran, Dyer, Mute Ace, Mewtwo King, Scat is back, 8-Bit Man, Riddier, Pikachu, yo, Dark Wizzy. Oh my goodness.
It's so stacked. At least for Smash 4 standards, but if we look at the trend.
My man, who else? My man, Mr. Riddle, Prince Ramen. So this is going to be a tournament where Prince Ramen and Zero are in the same tournament again.
Yeah.
So, and the fact that Prince Ramen's using Palutena.
Yeah, kind of good one now.
Yeah, y'all might be in trouble.
The first tournament was Zero, and the first Leo tournament, and the first Salem tournament, and the first Myron tournament, really, or the big Myron tournament, because everyone's on his. Saying Myron's really good because Olimar got buffed and he's like an Olimar specialist. It is going to be a very fun tournament to watch because we still got 8-Bit Man and Rob is really good. And then Dyer, I'm wondering what he's doing. And oh man, I'm so excited.
It's going to look pretty ridiculous. Everything is just a culminate. It's just leading up into Genesis 6, to be honest. Genesis 6 is going to be absolutely ridiculous and everything is just pointing in that direction. And personally, I cannot wait. But other than Smash Conference, there's also Socal Chronicles that's happening this weekend, and that's the quite literally the Socal special, right? You got Elegant, you got Zenu, you got Fallen, K9 Bruce, who he's not in California per se, but he's on the West Coast. Larry Lur, Stroder, Nico, and
Ido.
All of these guys are actually character specialists with their character.
For sure.
I'm not too sure who I'm not too sure who Fallen uses. I'm not sure if he uses Rosalina Loomer.
I think he's still Rosa.
Oh, but yeah, Armando, who played Falco. I forgot his name, or is it just Armando?
Oh, that's a different one, I think.
Oh, okay, that's a different Falco. Because I'm looking at Smash.gg.
Yeah, and then we have TLTC, the Paulo player, Angbad, the Olimar, Horse, Rice, who was a Dr. Mario legend from NorCal. But oh man, S2H, Jumbo Jack was a really good ditty from Arizona.
My man's name is Jumbo Jack. Let's go.
It's such a interesting. It's going to be very stacked in its own. We got Razzo, Key, K-Swizz, Jumpsteady, Master Mario, SS, J-Tails. It's so stacked.
Yeah, but I'm totally expecting Void to take this one.
Money on
just good. My money.
Maybe Ido. What's Ido's bracket?
I understand you Larry Lur's best friend in the entire universe, but
that's not true. I mean
that man Void is definitely old. That man Void is definitely out of this. But I can't wait to see all of them play. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
It's gonna be so good.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
For sure.
But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this show. So we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. But watch out for those two things happening this weekend. SoCal Chronicles is happening in Southern Cal. Smash Conference is happening in Florida, but of course you can watch both on Twitch. And we're going to be covering those events next week, along with any other wild stuff that may or may not happen. So much has happened within 24 hours that I'm surprised that I was able to catch all of it. But we are definitely going to have more delicious things happening for you guys. So shouts out to mainline.gg once again for helping this wonderful vision of Smash Brothers news come to life. We really appreciate you guys. And of course, shouts out to my man Dragon Knight for joining us on today's show. You know what I'm saying? It's also nice from you. Also so good for having a guy from Austin, Texas, join us. I'm very, very excited to have him on the show, and he's very excited to be here. So everything is gonna be very, very exciting from now until however long we end up doing this. So we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. So I'm Banjo.
Drago.
And I am we're out of here. I'm out of here. Yeah, I'm out of here. We're both out of here.